Good evening, everybody, and thanks for being with us tonight on local cable 7. It's volleyball night, girls volleyball tonight, with the Panthers of Upper St. Clair hosting the Tigers of Moon Township. My name's Kevin McGahey. I'm assisted by cameraman T.J. Highland, bringing you tonight's game. It is Tuesday, September 19th. This is a whoop-a-yule contest and a section game. It counts. Moon's good. St. Clair's been struggling. I'll set the lineups for you in just a few minutes here, but St. Clair, as you see on the screen, draws first blood. Stephanie Jones that time, the sophomore, into the Moon Township block and out of bounds. Point for the Panthers. Served by junior Katie Kennedy. She's the usual setter, number 2. Alex Corey digs that one out nicely. Emily Muller, the sophomore starter tonight, in place of injured Katie Kennedy, came up with that nice one to keep the ball in play. Another nice dig by Katie Kennedy that time. And there's one of those, I got it, you thought you had it kind of a play. Somebody from St. Clair should have jumped on that one. But it ends up falling right in the middle of 5 different players over there, and it's a point for the Moon Township Tigers, and they even it up at 1-all. Stephanie Jones with the attack that time. Moon Township picks it up nice. I thought that one had a chance to drop, but not quite. Emily Muller off the Katie Kennedy set. Picked up again by Moon over to the left side. Number 22, that's Lindsay Kresh who got that one for the Tigers. From the back row that time, not much on that one from the back row attack. To the left side, Stephanie Jones again, number 12 for St. Clair, into the block, but picked up nicely, and a lift called. Once that fell into the block, came down on the St. Clair side, and I'm sorry, I didn't see who it was, lifted that ball. That's a penalty. Dead ball. Point goes right back to Moon for an early 2-1 lead. Emily Muller that time. The overpass that time works, and Emily Muller comes up with her first kill of the night. The overpass is when that the ball is picked up nicely by the back row, but goes too far for the setter to handle. That one went right into the net and shoved right back down by Emily. And here early in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match, it is 2-2, St. Clair and Moon. And there's an overpass of her own that time. Stephanie Jones pulled that one out, but had it a little too far, a little too low for Emily Muller at the middle to do much with. And a point to Moon Township, and it's 3-2. Stephanie Jones with the set to the back row. Bridget Slowey hits it a bit long. Had a good look at it, but it was a good 3-4 feet over the back line. Point for the Moon Township Tigers. Here's number 7, Lauren Finelli. She's a senior and a setter who takes over the serving chores for the Tigers. Alex Davin that time for the Panthers had a pretty good look at it, but walloped it right smack into the net. That net is 7 feet 4 inches off the floor, and it's got to clear the whole thing before that point counts. Katie Kennedy with a set to the left side to Bridget Slowey. Retained beautifully by the Moon Township Tigers, and over that time Katie Kennedy got it to stay up. From the back row, Alex Corey, the junior, just keeping the ball in play right now for the Panthers. Number 14 from Moon, Jessica Patton that time. Bridget Slowey, that's quite a rally here, and Bridget Slowey finally comes up with a kill. Number 13, Stephanie Kelly, to the barrel, had a pretty good hand on it, but that time that point works out for the Panthers. Side out, and point for St. Clair, trailing by 2 here early in game number 1, 5-3. Game goes to 25 points. There's 5 best of 5 games, that is, in a match. And a point is scored on every serve, not like the old style volleyball where you could only score on your own serve and a game was to 15. This is to 25, and there's a point on every serve, and that one handled. Moon takes care of that one. Another point for the Moon Township Tigers. They lead 6-3. Alex Corey with the dig attempt just then. Rolls off her wrist, off the left side and out of bounds. The point stays with Moon. This is number 22, Lindsay Kresh, the senior, with the serve right now for the Tigers. Fools Alex Corey again. 2 serves in the exact same spot. Alex usually pretty reliable about that. I must be falling right just barely out of reach this time. A jump serve. These jump serves can be real powerful tools. At that time, that overpass by Bridget Slowey, who recovered the jump serve but put it right back at the net. And the overpass was slammed home by the Tigers. Jump serve again. These jump serves do just that. You saw it on camera. It hits that net and dives for the floor. And that's exactly what happened that time. Usually these jump serves, you get a nice look at it from hitting the ball so high, and they almost always have a top spin with them. And it's a big 7-point lead right now for the Tigers at 10-3. To the left side, Bridget Slowey tips off the net. Those are playable. Jessica Carnwright that time with the return from Moon. Caitlin McGahey with the attack attempt. Did not find the floor, but that one does. That's number 14, the junior Jessica Patton, 5 foot 10 inches tall, and that explains a little bit about that. How she gets up so high and did that nice attack. Nothing the Panthers could do about it, and hope she didn't dent the lovely polyurethane floor in the process. And it's an 8-point Tiger lead at 11-3. From the back row, Stephanie Jones. Picked up by Moon. That one's a little bit long that time. It was Jessica Patton again, the junior who had the point just a minute ago, but that time it goes over the back line and long. Point to the Panthers and side out. And junior Alex Davin, number 5, takes up the serving chores. Let's see if the Panthers can string together a few points to get back in this game. That one could have been out. Actually, Moon picked it up. Works out for the Panthers from the back row, number 22, Lindsay Kresh, that senior outside hitter, and has it land just inside the back line. Point and side out for the Tigers at 12-4. Alex Corey now to center Katie Kennedy to the left side. Actually from the back row, that was Stephanie Jones with the back row attack. That's the dump shot. Just easy does it over the net. Didn't quite work out. Panthers smelled that one out. Yep. Bridget Slowey had a good look at it, but she slid into the net. Anytime you touch that net or put a foot over the center line, that is a penalty point. Dead ball and point to the other squad, which in this case is the Moon Township Tigers. Point and serve for the Tigers. Overpass that time, picked up nicely by Katie Kennedy and put it over on the second touch, or what we call the 2-ball. It fooled him anyway. It did, despite the fact that somebody from Moon was in the net. I'm sorry, it was screened on the play. I couldn't see it. But it's side out end point for the Panthers with Bridget Slowey, the junior, picking up the serving chores. Picked up nicely by the Panthers, and Caitlin McGahey set up by Katie Kennedy, and Caitlin McGahey gets her first successful kill of the night. The back set tap by Caitlin McGahey to keep that ball in play. Back to the left side and into the Caitlin McGahey block. Not that time. Number 22 that time, that's Lindsay Kresh again, a 6 foot 1 inch senior outside hitter who put that one down on the Panther side. Point and side out for the Panthers, and this will be Jessica Patton, the junior, with the serve this time for the Tigers. 8-point lead at 14-6. Bridget Slowey picks it up. The set to Katie Kennedy to Stephanie Jones, but right to the libero, who dug that ball out, kept it in play. Caitlin McGahey, Katie Kennedy to way left side to Stephanie Jones. That net 7-4, she hit it about 6'10" that time, right smack into the net, and the point and the serve stay with Moon. They built that lead back up to 9 at 15-6. We're in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. Alex Corey picks it up. The back set from Katie Kennedy to Caitlin McGahey. Finds nothing but libero that time. Bridget Slowey overpasses it right back to Moon, but Caitlin McGahey almost had him fooled that time. Alex Davin and the set from Katie Kennedy to the left side. Stephanie Jones, and that time finds a space right in front of libero number 13, Stephanie Kelly. And it's side out and point for the Panthers. A couple of substitutions here. On the Panther side, it's a straight libero switch. She can come in anytime she wants to. But now number 17, Amanda Ardinger, is on the floor for the Moon Township Tigers. Jump serve by Caitlin McGahey for an ace. First ace of the match for either team. And you see what that jump serve can do. With that top spin on it, hits the net and dives for the floor. That's exactly what happened. And Caitlin does it again. Almost has the 2 aces back to back. The backs at that time. The ball does come back. Alex Davin left side to Stephanie Jones off a tip. Recovered by the Tigers, and it's just eased over the net. Lauren Finelli that time, number 7, the senior setter. Eased it over the net onto the floor. Point and side out for the Tigers with an 8-point lead at 16-8. The back row, Alex Corey. And that one falls in right on the stripe. It was close. I'm sure Moon didn't know quite whether to let it go or hit it, but that time they did let it go. Works out for the Panthers. And Alex Corey with her first kill of the night. It's unusual to have that happen from the back row, but it works. We'll take it. And a nice dig by Alex that time, but the overpass goes right back to the... Oh, that works out for the Upper St. Clair. They actually, that overpass went right to the Tigers, who walloped it back on the St. Clair's side, but they were in the net. Point for the Panthers. Katie Kennedy, the junior, with the serve. And that time, there's number 22 again, Lindsay Kresh. I imagine we'll hear her name a lot tonight when they make that set over to the left side on that slicing attack. Hope the Panthers can find some defense for it. It's a 7-point lead for the Moon Tigers right now at 17-10. Alex Davin, well, that ball kind of died right in front of her. Usually they've got to get some loft under that so somebody else can make some use of it, but it sort of died right in front of her. 8-point lead for the Tigers, 18-10. One of those knuckle serves. I could read the writing on the ball from this 21st row here. Those are tough to handle. It's like trying to hit a knuckleball. Great set. Number 18, the sophomore, Lane Baggett that time for Moon Township with the successful attack. That one went straight down on the floor, and a 9-point Tiger lead. Alex Davin from the left. Snuffed out by the Tigers. And that time, Emily Muller had a good chance at keeping that one alive. That was Lindsay Kresh again. Not with power this time, but with finesse. Results in a point and a substitution coming for Moon Township. This will be number 36, a junior, Elizabeth Frick. Coming in and starting right off for the serving chores, and number 12, Ashley Buse, the sophomore middle hitter, takes a spot on the bench. Serving with a 10-point lead, 20-10. I missed the substitution a minute ago. Number 8, Catherine Botts, is on the floor. She's a junior for the Panthers. And that ball landed right smack between her and Bridget Slowey. These are balls you really need to pick up and give a chance at least to get back over. And that one is another one that's a dead duck. .12-point lead now for the Tigers at 22-10 here in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. To the right side this time, Stephanie Jones with a successful attack that time. Off the arms of number 17, Amanda Ardinger, who came in the game not too long ago. And that's Steph Jones' first successful attack of the night. Point and side out for the Panthers, still doubled up to the Tigers lead at 22-11. Panthers, you really need to string a couple of points together here. Let's see if they're successful at doing it. Moon just keeping the ball in play that time, nothing on it. The short set to Emily Muller, not high enough for her to do anything with. Into the St. Clair block, Catherine Botts that time, but it goes back up to Moon, and down comes Lauren Finelli, the senior setter, with a powerful attack. Nothing much the Panthers could do about that. Another substitution, number 14, Jessica Patton back on the floor, and Amanda Ardinger takes a seat on the bench. 23-11, Moon lead. The game is to 25. You win it by 2. Back set. And Jessica Patton that time with the powerful attack from the right side. And the Panthers seem to be standing still on that one. Nobody even dived for that. And it's now game point here in game number 1. 24-11. Catherine Botts into the Moon block. Emily Muller couldn't do much with it. And that falls right to the floor. And that brings game number 1 to a conclusion here, with Moon Township, the Tigers, having taken the first game of this best-of-5 match, 25-11. We'll be right back. It'll only be a couple of seconds for you, but it'll be 3 minutes for us, and we'll be right back for game number 2. Stay with us. We are back for game number 2 of this best-of-5 match, and hope the Panthers have a little more energy in them this time. As the first game of this match ended in a 25-11 Moon Township win, and the Tigers are off to a pretty good start this time at 1-0. My name's Kevin McGahey. TJ Highland's doing the camera work. And we'll see what the Panthers have got in store here. Well, not only was that a successful kill by number 22, the senior Lindsay Kresh, but somebody from St. Clair was in the net. Point for the Tigers, and it's 2-0 early in game number 2 of this best-of-5 match. Dug out nicely by Nina Camacho, nude on the floor. Number 1, she's a sophomore. But it was an overpass, went right to the net and right back down by the Tigers. Jessica Carnwright with that serve for Moon. Stephanie Jones with a nice look in the attack attempt, but it goes way long and wide by 3 or 4 feet. And the Tigers have an early 4-0 lead here in game number 2. Nina Camacho with the dig. Stephanie Jones back to Alex Corey. Lindsay Kresh with yet another spectacular kill from the front line. At 6-1 and with a good set, she'll be able to do that all night. Well, a gift for the Panthers opens up the scoring for them in the second game here. That serve smack into the net gives the Panthers the side out and the point, and a substitution for the Tigers. Number 5 on the floor. This is Erica Carnwright. There's 2 Carnwrights that must be twin sisters. Let's see if I can tell them apart as time goes by here. And Lauren Finelli took a spot on the bench. Ashley Buse with that kill for Moon, and once again nobody seemed to move for the Panthers to try to get in the way of that thing. A 6-1 5-point Moon Township lead. One more gift for the Panthers. Number 12. That was Ashley Buse that time with the serve. 2 or 3 feet long over the back line, and now sophomore Emily Muller, number 18, takes up the serve. Lindsay Kresh again finding a spot right in the middle in that donut hole, right in the middle of everybody. Nina Camacho made a stab at it, but didn't quite come close enough. And it's a 5-point lead for the Tigers at 7-2 here in game number 2. Not much of a set that time. Caitlin McGahee couldn't get any power on it. But Jessica Patton from Moon does. And it's an 8-2 Moon Township lead here in game number 2. Lauren Finelli with the serve. Lindsay Kresh again. I wish I'd been keeping track of the number of kills she's had. That must be 9 or 10 already here early in game number 2, and it's a 7-point Moon Township lead. And Yoko Nogao, coach of the Upper St. Clair Panthers, takes a quick time out to gather up the troops here. Not showing us too terribly much here in game number 2 yet. It's like everybody just got out of bed and hasn't really got cranked up yet. There's still time. This is a talented St. Clair squad, and if you've been following these games, this is the 3rd match we've had on Cable 7 this year. These girls all have grown up together here. There are no seniors on this team. It's been a young team playing their way through these last 2 seasons as freshmen first in JV, and last year as sophomores playing teams of seniors and juniors. And this time today we're up against, as a team of all juniors and a couple of sophomores on the squad here, the Panthers are up against a team of mostly seniors in the Moon Township Tigers. Katie Kennedy, number 2. 11 is Caitlin McGahee. Number 1 is the sophomore Nina Camacho. 8 is junior Catherine Botts, who gets that ball just now. Well, that's unique. What was that call? Going off her head or something. And what I'm still baffled by what happened there a minute ago, where it looked like the St. Clair player returned it with her head and got Moon. Oh well, Moon serves it into the net. Gives the Panthers a little bit of a gift here in game number 2. It's the 10-3 Tiger lead with junior Catherine Botts doing the serving for the Panthers. And that one goes way long by about 4 feet. What the line judge giveth, the line judge taketh away. And the substitution now is junior Alex Davin, number 5, back on the floor. And Catherine Botts will take a seat in the bench. I know we'll see her again. It's an 8-point Moon lead at 11-3. Jump serve from Laura Kresh this time, for that time. Handled by the Panthers. Caitlin McGahey with the look over the net, and a point. Goes right down the line, and Caitlin had a really good look at that one. 2 kills on the night for her, and she leads the Panthers in that department right now. They trail by 7. It's an 11-4 Tiger lead right now. Dug out nicely by Nina Camacho, but overpassed, and Katie Kennedy couldn't do much with it, despite the nice dig by Nina. Side out and point back to the Tigers. And there's another long one. I don't know quite what's going on here in this game, but if it's not long serves, it's short serves. And junior Caitlin McGahey, number 11, takes up the serve right now. She had the jump serve. Didn't fool the Tigers that time. But that's a nice dig by Caitlin to keep that ball in play. Steph Jones on the left side gets it over the Moon block and falls in front of libero Stephanie Kelly. And a very nice attack and a kill by Stephanie Jones. 2 for her. Panthers trail by 6. 12-6 here in game number 2 of this best-of-5 match. Jump serve by Caitlin McGahey. He floated that time, but it sort of rolled off the wrist of Lindsay Kresh, the senior outside hitter. And that's 2 back-to-back points for the Panthers. Let's see whether Caitlin can get something running here with that jump serve. Be nice to get us back in this match in a big hurry. The back set and attack dug out of there by Alex Davin. Back set by Katie Kennedy, just shoved over by Steph Jones, and that couldn't do much with it that time. Back set by Katie Kennedy, and it goes over Emily Muller's head and lands in a vacant space there in front of the umpire in the scorer's table. Side out and point to Moon Township with a 6-point lead at 13-7. Works that time on the second touch of the 2-ball. Katie Kennedy. Everybody expects that setter, Katie, to make a set for a powerful attack. Didn't happen that time. Katie lofted it over and found a place right there in the middle of the floor. Point and side out for the Panthers. Substitution. Catherine Botts, number 8, back on the floor, and Alex Davin takes a seat. Katie Kennedy with the serve. Probably right, it was about to go out, but Moon Township did return it and miraculously finds it over the net. Catherine Botts this time. Off the Moon Township tip, and Catherine Botts with her first kill of the night. And a 13-9 lead for the Tigers. The Panthers seem to have gotten back in this match, trailing by 4 now. And the timeout taken by the Tigers to see whether they can see what they might have to do to regroup and refocus their troops. But it's nice to see the Panthers come back in this one. They got down early on, well, long hits and other things. But now the Panthers are back in this at 13-9. Let's see if they come out with the same lineup. Yep, looks like everybody's back on the floor who left the floor just a minute ago. Katie Kennedy continues with the serve, and 2 points strung together here. Let's see if she can make it 3. Nice easy serve, nothing much on it. Left side, attacked by Moon Township, dug out of there by Nina Camacho, and Steph Jones from the back row that time. The 6'1" senior Lindsay Kresh with yet another kill for her. The side out and point go back to the Tigers, and it's a 5-point lead at 14-9. Katie Kennedy with the set to Emily Muller, comes right back down to her. Lift is called. I wasn't terribly sure about that. I thought Emily looked like she had her hands together, but well, lift was called. Point for the Tigers, and it's 15-6 overpass. That time goes right back to Moon. Lindsay Kresh yet again, but this time without power, just getting it over that first initial block and down on the floor, and it's back to a 7-point Tiger lead at 16-9. Catherine Botts that time off the Moon Township block. That was number 12 Ashley Buse with a block attempt, but it rolled off her wrist onto the floor, and it's a point and side out for the Panthers. Stephanie Jones with the serve that time. Hard driving serve with power, but it didn't fool Lindsay Kresh, and here we are again with a back row of Alex Corey and Stephanie Jones. Sort of let it fall in between them without much action going on there. It's back to a 7-point lead for the Tigers at 17-10. Good looking serve that time by Ashley Buse, but it rolls off her wrist and out of bounds. A gift and point to the Panthers now, and it is Alex Corey, the libero, with the serve. Gentle topspin on the serve. Lindsay Kresh again picked up by Steph Jones that time and works that time. Caitlin McGahey, I think, hacked that one off the Moon Township block, out of bounds. Point Panthers. And junior libero Alex Corey continues with the serve. 5-point deficit for the Panthers, 17-12. Lindsay Kresh off the block that time. Caitlin McGahey, Catherine Botts, and from the back row now, Alex Corey just will keep the ball in play. Short set that time into the Caitlin McGahey block. Lauren Finelli, though, saw to it that that one found its way on the Panthers side. Side out and point for the Moon Township Tigers. Substitution now back on the floor. Jessica Patton, number 14. She's a junior, on Amanda Ardinger, sorry, sophomore, takes a seat on the bench. Well, Stephanie Jones, she was surprised to see that one come right back to her. After the initial hit, it went to the front line and right back to her in the back line. She sailed it way long and out of bounds. Steph Jones to Katie Kennedy. Nina Camacho. Lindsay Kresh yet again, and it's a place where Alex Corey couldn't get to it. It's now an 8-point lead at 20-12 for the Moon Township Tigers, and they're quickly approaching game point here. Games to 25. You win by 2, and it's the first 1 to 3 games wins the match. Nina Camacho that time, finally up high. And Nina Camacho with her first kill of the night off a gorgeous set. Gets the side out and point to the Panthers at 20-13. 7-point Moon Township lead here in game number 2. Catherine Botts with the serve, and that one probably would have gone out of bounds, actually off the basketball rim. And a miraculous comeback by the Panthers keeps the ball in play. Nina Camacho saw to that, but that time number 19, that's Katie Love. I missed seeing her. She's a 5'11" sophomore. They've got some serious height on this Moon Township team. 6'1", 5'10", 5'11", 5'9", 6 foot. It just reads like a basketball team as I go down the list. They're fortunate to have that kind of height. The Panthers don't have quite that kind of height. We're doing the best we can to keep up with this. Nina Camacho again, but picked up by number 13, the libero Stephanie Kelly. Into the Caitlin McGahey block. And again off the Caitlin McGahey tip, but it went a little long that time off Alex Davin's hands. And it's a 9-point Moon lead at 22-13 here in dangerous territory. 3 more points and Moon sewed up the second game of this match. Steph Jones with a nice dig. And Katie Kennedy with the front row attack. You don't often see that from the setter, but the nice dig by Steph Jones, her first real gorgeous dig of the night, kept that ball in play, and Katie Kennedy rammed it home, and it's now an 8-point Moon lead at 22-14. Nina Camacho, the sophomore, with the serve. Awkward set that time. Well, Caitlin McGahey The junior gets up high and pounds that one down on the Moon Township side. 2 back-to-back points for the Panthers. And it's a 22-15 7-point lead for the Tigers. And from the back row, Nina Camacho into the Moon block. Katie Love, the 5'11" sophomore, again with that block for a point. 8-point lead for Moon at 23-15, and Katie Love takes up the serve. Alex Davin had a good look at it, but put it about 1.5 feet long across the back line. And now it's game point for Moon at 24-15. Steph Jones on the overpass, and it came right back to her, and she put that one down on the floor for a point. Steph Jones with her 3rd successful attack of the night, and Panthers are still in it here, trailing by 8 at game point number 2 for the Moon Township Tigers. 24-16. Caitlin McGahee, the junior jump server, overpass that time, and Katie Kennedy didn't do much with it. But the hit goes long. Sorry, Emily Muller, I think, didn't do much with it, but the hit goes long. And the Panthers have survived 2 game points right now. Caitlin McGahee, let's see what we can do with a 3rd. And that jump serve dives as it goes over the net, but dug out of there by Moon. Katie Kennedy with the set, left side to Steph Jones. The block comes back, hits the antenna. Yet another point for the Panthers. A nice 4-point run with Caitlin McGahee doing the serving. They've survived 4 game points right back to back now. Katie Kennedy, Alex Davin with a set to Steph Jones. Dug out by Moon, and somebody's in the net. 5 in a row for the Panthers at game point to come back within 5 at 24-19. And the Panthers have strung together 5 pretty good looking points right now. Their longest run of the night, and they've suddenly seemed to have awoken here and got something going as far as the kills category goes. Caitlin McGahee leads all scorers with 4. Stephanie Jones with 3 and Katie Kennedy with 2 and a host with 1. What we don't see tonight is junior middle hitter Katie Mahenko, who has been a starter all season long, as was injured in practice yesterday. She'll be out this match, and she should be back in time for next week's matches. But Emily Muller, the sophomore, has filled in pretty reliably for her so far tonight, as has Catherine Botts. Now we'll see. Can the Panthers keep this one going? With Caitlin McGahee serving, we're getting a couple of gifts in there and a couple of nice points. It'd be nice to stave off this game. See what the Panthers can create this time. Caitlin McGahee digs it out, set by Katie Kennedy to the left side. Steph Jones into the Moon block. A double hit, and the Panthers have yet another point. Brings it within 4 now at 24-20. When this game seemed all but over, the Panthers are just about back in this thing, because any next point by Moon is the end of the match, and yet another one. That one sails 4 feet long. That's an 8-point run. 8 game points the Panthers have avoided here. And they might just have a chance here. 24-21, trailing by 3, with Caitlin McGahee's jump serve diving on the floor, but dug out by Moon. Dug out by Kate that time. Oh, that time. That overpass. Caitlin McGahee made a valiant dig at it, but it was an overpass. Went to the net, and the Moon Township Tigers have won game number 2 by a score of 25-21. We'll take a quick break here and be right back for game number 3. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. We're glad you're still with us. It's still Kevin McGahee doing the talking here and TJ Highland doing the camera work. And it's still the Upper St. Clair Panthers against the Moon Township Tigers here, girls volleyball. It's a Whoopial section match here on Tuesday, September 19th. This is game number 3 of this best-of-5 match, and Moon has taken the first 2 games by scores of 25-11 and 25-21. It would be nice to see the Panthers now. They strung together several very nice points at the end of game number 2. It would be nice to see them come back in game number 3. Keep this one close and take game number 3. The Panthers have not done themselves any favors by getting behind here early in games number 1 and 2. And it's Moon Township with the early serve. Alex, oh, the substitution, I should pick that up. I'll pick that up in just a minute. Emily Muller, the sophomore, off the Moon Township tip. Emily again. But Lindsay Kresh takes care of that and dents the polyurethane floor. You'll see number 16, the sophomore version of Alex Corey. Yes, indeed, we have 2 Alex Coreys on the team. The sophomore version of the black jersey spells her name with a K. In the yellow libero jersey, that's Alex Corey with a C. They're not related, but they do have the same first name. And Katie Kennedy with the wise move again. Instead of the power set to Emily Muller, hoists over that 2 ball into the middle of the donut, and that's another score for Katie Kennedy. 3rd kill of the night for Katie. Up serve came before the officials whistle. There was substitution on the floor. St. Clair is in Catherine Botts, number 8, the junior. Substitutes Alex Davin, number 5, goes out. We look to be all set here, and there's Katie Kennedy with that serve. The back set that time, very clever. Sort of a jump back set intended for number 12, Ashley Buse for Moon, and it fell right smack into the net point for the Panthers, and a 2-1 lead here in game number 3. Not much of a serve actually by Katie Kennedy, but it fell right in front of Jessica Carnwright for Moon Township, and sure enough, that's 3 points running for the Panthers here in game number 3. Katie Kennedy with that spinning serve again. That jump back set and fails again. This time it's into the Steph Jones block. Lands in. That slicing attack by Moon. Lindsay Kresh again. Side out and point back to the Panthers. No, sorry, back to the Tigers. I get these cats all screwed up. Emily Muller, nothing much on it but from the front row. Lindsay Kresh again, but that one lands out of bounds. Had a lot of power on it. She was looking for one right down the line, but it was about a foot wide. Lands in the open space, and it's side out and point for the Panthers with junior Stephanie Jones picking up the serving. And she had a little bit too much on it there. Well, what the serving gods have given, they take away again, and it's a gift back for the Tigers. This time number 7, this is Lauren Finelli, the senior setter, serving for the Tigers. Catherine Botts, the slicing attack gets right by the block. Catherine Botts, 2nd successful kill of the night. Substitution on the floor, Caitlin McGahee. Back on the floor, sophomore Emily Muller comes out. And Alex Corey, the elder, with the serve. Alex Corey, the younger that time, into the Moon Township block, and her first score of the night. That's Corey with a K. She's the sophomore version. Here's the junior version, number 6 in the yellow jersey, doing the serving. 3-point Panther lead at 6-3. The set and the power attack again by Lindsay Kresh from Moon. Side out point for the Tigers, trailing by 2 at 6-4. This is game number 3 of the best-of-5 match. 2 games already won by Moon. Jump serve from Lindsay this time. Handled by Alex Corey, and it goes to Alex Corey. And Steph Jones hoists the ball back over the net, keeps the ball nicely in play. Katie Kennedy with a nice dig, and from the back row, there's Alex Corey. Short set that time, and Lane Baggett, the sophomore outside hitter, takes care of business there. Pulls Moon back within 1 at 6-5. Lindsay Kresh with the serve. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy. Catherine Botts keeps it alive off a Moon tip and out of bounds. Nicely done by Catherine Botts. 3 kills on the night for Catherine, 3 for Katie Kennedy, 4 for Caitlin McGahee, 3 for Stephanie Jones. And suddenly they're piling up here in game number 3. The Panthers have a 2-point lead at 7-5. Catherine Botts with the serve, and it rolls off Lindsay Kresh's hand. Some confusion in the back row there as to who was going to get it, and rolls off a wrist onto the floor, and that is an ace for Catherine Botts. Second ace of the night. Caitlin McGahee had the other one. Diving serve that time. Lift call, that counts as an ace. That Botts serve didn't come back, and that's back-to-back aces by Catherine Botts, and it's suddenly a 4-point Panther lead at 9-5. It's 41 minutes. Number 18 with the serve this time, Lane Baggett for the Tigers. Alex Corey, the elder, with the return. Steph Jones overpasses it. I thought that was going to work for a minute, but as I was watching the ball, one of the Panther players was into the net. Point for the Tigers, and they're back within 2, trailing 9-7. And that one goes way long, outside the antenna even. Side out and point for St. Clair, leading by 3, 10-7. This is game number 3 of the best-of-5 match. Alex Corey, the sophomore, with the serve. Back set and a power attack by Jessica Patton, junior for Moon, goes way long. And the Panthers put together 2 points back-to-back and lead by 4, 11-7. Alex Corey, yep, returned by the libero. Ashley Buse, the 6-foot sophomore, way up in the air with that one, doing some damage to the Panther polyurethane, and they trail, Moon does, by 3 at 11-8. Alex Davin let that one go, thinking it was a head destined for the back line, but it landed in, and there's an ace for the Tigers. They're back within 2 at 11-9. Diving serve and a great dig by Alex Davin results in a point. My goodness, you don't see that very often. Alex Davin did such a great job digging that one off the floor that Moon wasn't even ready for it. It sailed right back to their side. Dribbles out of bounds, and it's suddenly the Panther ball again. Caitlin McGahee with that jump serve goes way long, 6-7 feet long that time. A gift point for the Tigers, trailing by 2, 12-10 here in game number 3. Dying serve that time. And not much Alex Corey could do about that one. That was destined for the back line. Alex Corey put out a wrist, but didn't have enough on it to bring it back in play, and the Tigers have crept back within 1, trailing 12-11. Dribbles over the net. You can play that on the serve in this game. You couldn't play it in the volleyball I grew up with, but that's playable here. The back set and the dump shot goes right back into the middle. Emily Muller had a look at it and touched it, but didn't have enough on it to keep it in play, and that results in a Panther point, or a Tiger point. Elizabeth Frick, the junior right side hitter, is back on the floor and will do the serving chores. Jessica Patton takes a seat on the bench. Stephanie Jones into the Moon block, but right back into St. Clair's side. And Moon has their second lead of the game here. They haven't led since it was 1-0, but they now have the lead at 13-12. Alex Corey the younger to Katie Kennedy to Emily Muller. Set wasn't high enough to do anything with, but that one was high enough to do something with. But Katie Kennedy comes back up, and I don't know how she did it. What a great Alex Corey dig that time to keep that ball in play. Katie Kennedy with a presence of mind to get that ball right back in the donut hole. That ties up this match at 13 all. And Katie Kennedy with the serve. And a kind of a weird dribbled off her left wrist that time. Elizabeth Frick for the Moon Tigers, and the St. Clair Panthers have the lead back at 14-13, which they lost just a minute ago, but they seem to be back in control here. Katie Kennedy once again with the serve. Back set and the attack. The kill works off Alex Corey, the Elders' hand, over the back line, and it's back knotted up at 14. And the way this works, as you remember, is a game is to 25. If this tie game continues, it goes into overtime until somebody wins it by 2. Katie Kennedy with the set to Steph Jones, has to reach over her head to get it. Catherine Botts picked up by the Moon Tigers. What a great effort by both Alex Coreys that time. The younger to pick up the attack from Lindsay Kresh, and then the second one, the elder Alex Corey, trying to keep the ball in play. Not successful, although they made a great effort at it. The set from Katie Kennedy to Emily Muller for Emily's second kill of the night. She hasn't had one since the very first game of this match, but it knots this game back up at 15. Junior Stephanie Jones with the serve. Lindsay Kresh. Well, I thought it was into a clean St. Clair block, but one of the girls, I couldn't see who it was, got into the net. And no matter what happens, once you touch that net, ball goes over to the other side, and it's a 16-15 Tiger lead. Kind of make sure you cover the end line on plays like that. I don't think it showed in there. Kind of make sure you're seeing what happens in the back with me. Emily Kresh off the St. Clair block. Katie Kennedy made a valiant effort at it, but didn't have enough control to bring it back on the floor, and it's now a 3-point Moon Township Tiger lead. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy to the left side to Alex Corey the younger. Put it where they weren't standing, and sure enough it works out for the Panthers. Another nice attack by Alex Corey with a K, her second of the night. And here's Alex Corey with a C doing the serving. The set to the left side just rolls and oozes over the net. That was Jessica Patton, the junior. And Moon builds it back to a 3-point lead at 19-16. Recovered nicely by the Panthers. Alex Corey keeping that ball in play. The back set to the right side off the St. Clair block and dribbles down and down and down onto the floor. Nice effort at it again by Alex Corey and Caitlin McGahee, but not enough on it to keep the ball in play. It's a 4-point Tiger lead now in dangerous territory at 20-16. Just that one barely made it over the net and recovered by the Panthers. Once again into the net. Catherine Botts tries the same thing, but it's a little bit low on that 7'4" net. Comes up about 6'10". Unsuccessful attack, and it's another point for the Moon Tigers. A 21-16 lead. Alex Corey, the sophomore, again with a very nice attack that finds its way through the Moon block. Catherine Botts, the junior, number 8, with the serve. Back set off the block, and Catherine Botts keeps the ball in play, gets it right back over. Katie Kennedy with the block that time, and the lift. Katie Kennedy with her first successful block for a point of the night. That double block set up with her and Caitlin McGahee brings the Panthers of Upper St. Clair back within 3. It's 21-18. Catherine Botts with the serve. From the back row, that's Lindsay Kresh. There, nicely recovered by Katie Kennedy. Caitlin McGahee with the attack that time. Katie Kennedy voiced it right back. Very nice rally here going on. Katie Kennedy to Caitlin McGahey, and off the arms of Lindsay Kresh. Caitlin McGahey with her 5th successful kill of the night, and the Panthers are now within 2 at 21-19. This would be a nice time to string together a few points and see if the Panthers can come away with one of these games. Catherine Botts with the serve again. It goes backwards. Lindsay Kresh just lofts the ball over. Caitlin McGahey to Katie Kennedy, who dumps it back over the net. And that works. It was acted like a back set. Katie Kennedy set it back over her head over the net. The Tigers weren't ready for it. And that falls for a point. It's a 21-20 Tiger lead now. Catherine Botts still with the serve. That landed out. That was out by 1.5 feet. And this game is all of a sudden knotted up at 21. The Panthers have come back from 5-6 points down to tie this up, and Catherine Botts continues with the serve. It's an ace. She drops it right in front of the libero with her 3rd ace of the night. And the Moon Township coaching staff takes a quick break to see if they can't unravel what's going on here. Meanwhile, it's the most energy we've seen from the Panthers yet tonight, having come back and actually leading here at 22-21. And remember, a game is to 25. You have to win by 2. If this thing seesaws back and forth, should they get to 24-24, they'll play until somebody wins by 2. And let's hope it's the Panthers in this game, because if Moon Township should come back and come away with this, that's it. 3 games and the match is over. But the Panthers can extend this and give themselves a little bit of life with 3 more points in a row here. And let's see what Coach Nagao's got up her sleeve. Catherine Botts, the junior, continues with the serve. Oh, that looked like a nice one. It was a block, a tip attempt. Alex Corey, the younger, had a pretty good look at it, but didn't have enough to keep it in play. And we're now knotted up at 22 each. Catherine Botts goes off the floor for the Panthers, and Upper St. Clair brings in number 5, the junior Alex Davin. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy, left side to Alex Corey. 1-2, and can they get it back over? They do. The Tigers recover a ball that I thought was destined long for out of bounds. And Caitlin McGahey on the slide play didn't fool the Tigers. From the back row, Lindsay Kresh. Alex Corey reaching back over her head for that one. One of the Panthers in the net once again, and this is no time to be giving away cheap points like that, but it is a 23-22 lead for the Tigers. And the serve, Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy to Caitlin McGahey, and there they knot it up. That's how it's supposed to work. The classic bump, set, kill worked to perfection that time. And we're tied up at 23. Let's see if the Panthers can put 2 together back to back here and get one of these games. Here's Alex Corey, the sophomore. Dribbles off a Moon Township hand, but over the net. Steph Jones with a look, and sure enough, the Panthers have got control here in game number 3. They lead 24-23. It's game point. Not necessarily an advantage. The first team that gets the ball delivered to them usually has the advantage. We'll see. Oh, what do you know about that? It went out of bounds. It was a tipped ball. Somebody from Moon got a fingernail on it, and it's a victory in game number 3 for the Panthers, 25-23. We'll be right back in just a second. Stay with us. Well, we're back. It's Kevin McGahey again with TJ Highland for game number 4 tonight. Girls volleyball between the Panthers of Upper St. Clair and the Moon Township Tigers. The Panthers came back with a game 25-23. It now stands 2-1 in favor of Moon. And the Panthers start this fourth game off. Game 4, my goodness, with a ball in the net and an early Moon Township 1-0 lead. Catherine Botts off the Moon block, and it goes right back to either Catherine or Emily Muller. I couldn't exactly see which one it was, but it was one of those two who gets the side out on the point back for the Panthers. And there's Steph Jones again, a little too much on the serve. sails it off the end line. 2-1 Tigers. And Emily Muller, the sophomore, didn't fool the Tigers that time. And there's Lindsay Kresh doing damage again. Alex Corey made a valiant stab at it, but not enough to keep the ball in play. 3-1 Tigers. Game number 4, this best-of-5 match. Lindsay Kresh picked up that time by Katie Kennedy, and Catherine Botts kind of waved at it. It was an overpass by Katie Kennedy, headed right toward the net. Not much Catherine Botts could do with it. Katie Kennedy gets the ball over, returned nicely by the Tigers into the Emily Muller block. Lindsay Kresh unable to do anything with it. And Alex Corey the younger, number 16. Off the Moon Township block, and a successful side out and point for the Panthers. Trailing here only by 2, 4-2 early in game number 4, this best-of-5 match. Well, there's Lindsay Kresh, picked up that time by Stephanie Jones. Nicely done. Alex Corey into the Moon Township block. Not quite enough on it. If she had another foot higher on it, would have landed right behind that front line of the donut, but it didn't. It's 5-2 Moon. Did you see what happened? Tipped off the net. You can play those in this league. Alex Corey from the back line. Too much on it. Another gift for the Tigers, and it's a 5-point Tiger lead at 7-2 here in game number 4. Lauren Finelli with the Moon serve. Katie Kennedy to Catherine Botts off the Moon tip, and it's a point for the Panthers. Catherine Botts has had some pretty good success with that all night long. Side out point to the Panthers, trailing by 5 at 8-3. Well, that one didn't quite work out for the Panthers either. It's a point and side out for Moon Township now, leading by 6 at 9-3. Stephanie Jones with power from practically off the back line and kept alive on a nice Caitlin McGahee block, that is, but not that time. Katie Kennedy sends it over, got it over the net, but wide. Point for the Tigers and a 7-point lead at 10-3. No tip that time. Looks clean, out of bounds, and sure enough, it's a point for the Panthers. Well done. Moon had a really good look at it, but that sailed way long over the Panthers' back line, and Alex Corey, the sophomore, with the serve. Tough set that time. Yeah, it ended in a carry. Tough set, real close to the net. Not much for the frontline player to do, but dunk it over the net and came underneath it. Called for a lift. Point for the Panthers. And Alex Corey once again with that serve and a top spin. Picked up by the Tigers. Fairly decent attack attempt by the senior Jessica Carnwright, but she walloped it right into the net. That barely made it 5 feet off the into the net. It's got to be 7-4 to get over, and the Panthers now trail by only 4 at 10-6. Yeah, overpass that time. Alex Davin actually recovered that one nicely from the Lindsay Kresh power back row attack, but it overpassed into the net. Not much the front line could do with that, and it's side out and point Tigers. That serve probably fooled Alex Davin. It counts as an ace for the Tigers, but some of these serves come in as knuckleballs, and they put some English on these things. Make it very tough to pick up, but Alex Davin, I'm sure, just took her eye off that. She'll be back with this one in a heartbeat. Alex Corey to Alex Davin, and over to the other Alex Corey, and over the net. Jessica Patton for Moon off the Caitlin McGahee tip, and all four back across the back line. Point for Moon Township. And the Tigers have stretched out a 7-point lead now at 13-6. Substitution on the floor. We'll see sophomore Nina Camacho, number 1, coming on the floor for junior Alex Davin. And Nina gets the serve. Stephanie Jones with the power attack. Oh, that one could have gone long. Alex Corey take a stab at it. Probably was headed long. What a nice effort to keep that ball in play. Rolls off her wrist and over the back line. It's an 8-point Tiger lead now at 14-6. This is game number 4 of this best-of-5 match. Tigers have won 2. Panthers have won 1. Alex Corey from the back line, and it dribbles over. I'm sure that fooled him. Had a nice top spin on it and rolled off a hand and just sort of edged onto the floor. Side out and point for the Panthers. And here's jump serving junior Caitlin McGahee. And that one barely comes back. Emily Muller picks it up. Katie Kennedy to the left side here for Stephanie Jones with a successful attack into the double moon block. Stephanie Jones with her 4th successful kill of the night. Brings the Panthers back within 6 at 14-8. Caitlin McGahee continues with that serve. Oh, hit the tape and dives into the net. Gift for the Tigers, and builds up that lead back to 7 points at 15-8. Substitution for Moon. Erica Carnwright is back on the floor for some action, and Lane Baggett, the sophomore, takes a seat on the bench. Stephanie Jones with the attack goes into the double moon block, comes right back on the St. Clair side, and it's a point for the Panthers as it lands out of bounds. Those blocks have to land inbounds to count for the team that blocked it. This time it didn't. It lands out of bounds, and it's a 6-point deficit for the Panthers at 15-9. Katie Kennedy with the serve. The 2-ball attack that time by Moon did not fool St. Clair. Catherine Butts to Emily Muller. Not much power on it. That set was behind her. Dug out of that net very nicely by Katie Kennedy to keep that ball in play. She sets it to Steph Jones, who can't find an open spot on the Moon side. Emily Kresh off the net and handled by Alex Corey, the younger. But that time it gets over the St. Clair block and finds an empty spot on the back left corner, side out, and point to the Tigers at 16-9. From the back line, both Alex Corey's had a shot at that time. Somebody wasn't listening to him. Somebody called somebody off, and nobody wasn't listening, but you can't both hit it back, and it's an 8-point Tiger lead now at 17-9 with a loose ball on the floor. Alex Corey, the younger, missed that one a little, misjudged that one a little bit, hit her way high on the chest. Falls on the St. Clair side, and it's a 9-point Tiger lead now at 18-9. Jessica Carnwright with the serve. Overpass goes into the net. Not much Katie Kennedy can do with it. 10-point lead for Moon at 19-9. Played nicely by Alex Corey that time on the Lindsay Kresh attack. Short set and dug out of there by the younger Alex Corey and kept in play by Catherine Botts. Short set that time is successful. That's number 12, the sophomore Ashley Buse. Hits it off to St. Clair hands over the back line. It's an 11-point lead now at 29 for the Tigers. Remember, a game goes to 25. First one to 25 wins, and you have to win by 2. Overpass by Alex Corey, dug out by Katie Kennedy. Really nice dig that time to keep the ball in play. And it doesn't matter how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. Stephanie Jones comes up with a gorgeous little point after that brilliant dig out of the net by Katie Kennedy. Lindsay Kresh did not jam it down that time. And Catherine Botts with the slicing attack off the Moon Township block, and it's a point for the Panthers. Brings them back within 9 now, trailing 20-11. Stephanie Jones, the junior, with the serve. And that may be the first unsuccessful net ball we've seen out of Lindsay Kresh tonight. She must have misjudged that one by just a shade. Point for the Panthers, trailing by 8, 20-12. Lindsay Kresh into the Emily Muller block. Wow, Emily Muller with her first successful block for a point on the night, and that's 2 unsuccessful Lindsay Kresh attacks. Back to Stephanie Jones. Alex Corey 1 to Alex Corey 2, and Stephanie Jones over the top this time. That little jump set by Lauren Finelli didn't fool the Panthers. And still Moon comes up with a bit of a miracle. Emily Muller off the Lindsay Kresh tip ball, and Emily Muller with yet another scoring kill. And this, what is this now? 5 points in a row by the Panthers, and a really good serve by Stephanie Jones. Emily Kresh couldn't keep that up forever. And she does find an empty spot in the back right corner of the Panthers court. Point and side out to the Tigers, and a 7-point lead at 21-14. Alex Corey. Stephanie Jones to the other Alex Corey, and finds a spot right in the middle where nobody's standing. That's the idea. Hit them where they ain't standing. Substitution, Caitlin McGahee, the junior, number 11. Back on the floor, Emily Muller takes a seat on the bench. She's done very well as a substitute for injured Katie Mahenko tonight. Alex Corey with an ace. That's what it takes to get back in games like this. 2 points in a row for the Panthers, back within 5 at 21-16. A one-arm return by Lindsay Kresh, not handleable by number 7, Lauren Finelli. It did, that serve didn't come back. That's another ace by libero Alex Corey. And the Panthers are back within 4 at 21-17 at a crucial time in this match. An attack by Lauren Finelli goes long, way long, 5 or 6 feet long. And the Panthers are back within 3 at 21-18. This would be great if they could take game number 4 here and take this match to 5 games. Moon just keeping the ball in play that time. Katie Kennedy with the set to Catherine Botts off the Moon tip. Lindsay Kresh with power. Nobody even took a chance of getting down for that one. And Moon's back in control a little bit here with a 4-point lead at 22-18. Jessica Patton back on the floor for the Tigers. Amanda Ardinger goes out. Lauren Finelli with the serve. Caitlin McGahee with the attack attempt goes in the net. Off a short set by Katie Kennedy, and now the Tigers are 2 points away from a match win here at 23-18. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy to Catherine Botts. Into the Moon block, and a successful kill for Catherine Botts. Her 5th of the night. And gets to pick up the serving chores of the Panthers trailing by 4, 23-19. trying to stave off this elimination in this match here. But Lindsay Kresh sees to that from the right side with power. Now it's game, set, match point for the quick substitution for the Panthers. Alex Davin comes back on the floor. Catherine Botts goes out. But it's set point, match point right now for the Tigers at 24-19. Stephanie Jones from the back row. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy to Caitlin McGahey. Into the net that time. Had a pretty good look at it. Jessica Patton did, the junior. The Panthers are still alive, trailing by 4 in dangerous territory now, 24-20. But they need for a 4-point run in a big hurry right now, starting with Alex Corey the younger with the serve. Off a tip, off the Stephanie Jones tip, and that'll do it. And this match is over with the Moon Tigers coming into Panther Central here and taking 3 games out of 4 from the Panthers. The first game went to the Moon Tigers at 25-11. Game number 2, 25-21. The Panthers came back to win game number 3, 25-23. And Moon finishes up game number 4 in this best-of-5 match at 25-20. Well, that's it. We're glad you're with us tonight. My name is Kevin McGahey. TJ Highland handled the camera chores. We hope you'll be back with us next week for another girls volleyball match. Thanks for watching tonight.